two, one, two, one, two, one, two. C, C, C.
Is it recording now? Yes. Okay. Hi. Hello. How are you? Uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres.
Hola, mi gente. It's your girl Nati from Nati Vision. Welcome to another episode of Nati Vision. Pew, 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 pew. Today, I'm in a new location. How do you guys like my new backdrop? We have a very special guest today. She is a very talented, successful interior designer, and she has an ample experience in high-end residential and commercial spaces. With over 10 years under her belt, she is none other than the beautiful, the lovely, my sister, Vanessa. Sister, welcome. Okay, so today's topic is going to be how changing states affected our artistic career. And we are from California, and we currently live in the city of Las Vegas, Nevada. We've lived here for 5 years, and yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to ask my sister. First question is going to be, when did you know interior design was going to be your career?
All right. Well, thank you for having me on your show. I'm honored to be at Nati Vision. I love these. I can hear myself very well. All right. So your question, how did I know interior design was for me? So believe it or not, I think I was like 3 years old. I just loved it. I started moving my furniture around in my room and like having all my art be hung. And I was just like, it's crooked. And I would just like continue to like love everything. I even asked my parents, I don't know if you remember, to like move their furniture in the living room. It's gnarly. I knew that interior design was my thing since I was like 3 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think for me, when I decided to make photo my career, it was definitely around high school. I would say 18. My dad bought my first DSLR, and yeah, it's pretty much there. And then I just fell in love. And as far as sports photo, I want to say probably in college. So I was like 25. And it just grew from there. It was love at first sight. Okay. So our next question is going to be, what college did you go to and how was your experience on college?
So for those that don't know, I had my daughter at 20 years old. So at the tender age of 20, I had Bianca. And I just knew instantly that I needed to do something with my life. I needed to go to college, like continue to go to college. So, I was a single mom. So I decided that it was time. It was time to take my career seriously or my education seriously. So I started at San Diego State, and even though it was beautiful, beautiful campus, great people that I've met, I didn't want a bachelor's of art, because I knew that it needed to be more about human development. And internally, it was more healing to know why I felt the way I felt psychologically. So I changed my education to go to, well, it was still interior design, but I moved to Cal State Northridge. And I took my little one. She was 3 years old at the time when I moved to LA to pursue my career and my education. So I was in LA with her, and it was very scary, I will say, but it was very rewarding. A lot of hard work went to it, a lot of sleepless nights. I made sure that I would cook dinner for Bianca every night, make sure we had bonding time, and I put her to bed, and then I would literally stay up all night doing homework. And for those that don't know, homework in college is another beast. It's a lot. And so I honestly don't know how I did it. It was just so much energy. It was just a lot, but I just knew that this little person was looking up to me, and I just needed to start, and I loved it. It's my passion, so it was no brainer for me to go and get educated in interior design. But now it's a bachelor's of science because of the human development aspect of it. Very, I can design things based on your needs and personality and why you do the things you do. So I graduated. My daughter was the first one to congratulate me, and I believe she was almost 5 or 6 at the time when I graduated. So it was a ride, but if I can do it, you can do it. And I definitely didn't do this on my own, like by myself. I have a beautiful support system, which was my parents and, of course, my sister. She moved in with me, I think, like a year into moving out, and she literally helped me raise Bianca. She was there for me 100% of the time. If I needed to stay at school to study or with my study groups or anything for that matter, she was there. And she did not hesitate. She wasn't like, ugh. No, it was like, yeah, I got it. I'm going to go take Bianca to Chuck E. Cheese, or we're going to go to the park. Have fun. So thank you. I love you.
Love you, sister. Ooh, I love my big sister.
I love my little sister.
That was a beautiful answer. Wow. 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 All right. So our next question is, I'm sorry, I'm going to answer the same question. So for me, the college I went to was called Southwestern College in San Diego. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shout out to the sun. Ooh, ooh. All right. So yeah, I'm going to say college was definitely one of the best years of my life because that's where you literally learn everything about your craft and about yourself. So I'm going to say that. Right. So I'm kind of curious. So how was your internships like?
All right. So for internships, and I don't know if it differs because now, and I work closely with UNLV now, and they it's mandatory for the interns to get paid. It doesn't, there is no limit to the pay, but you definitely need to get paid. And back when I did my internship, I feel like I'm a dinosaur at this point. I did my internship my senior year of college with K&A Design. It's an awesome firm in LA, in West Hollywood. And it was so nice. Everybody was so nice, but it was very fast paced. And I feel like that's what the internship is for, right? So you can kind of grasp how it is to work in your career, in your studies. So what you studied for. So it was very fast paced for me. Thank you. It was very fast paced. I just was like trying to soak it all in. There was all these runs to the design center, which was like 2 miles away from the firm, but I wasn't getting paid. So I wasn't that motivated, to be honest, to go. And it was hard because I'm a single mom and time is money, literally. So I had to work, and you have to see what works best. But I did finish my hours. So thank you, K&A. That was amazing. You guys do beautiful work. So thank you for the internship.
Yeah, I didn't get an internship. So yeah, no. Cute. Yeah, that was cute. So we're progressing. So now at this point, you should be around 25, 26 years old. Mm-hmm. And how was your first job like?
So, yeah, I was around, I don't know, 25 years old. And I will say, Northridge, Cal State Northridge really set me up for success. it was really quick. I got a first job really quick. Within like a month of graduating, I got a job, and it was interesting because it's nothing like they say in college. Like you're there, and the pay wasn't great. I think Costco employees get paid more than I did with my first job. I think it was like $15, $16 an hour. And it was eye opener to me. I was there for about a year and a half. It was a dealer doing commercial spaces for Hayworth. So it was fun. I wasn't 100% invested in that job just because I just wasn't excited about what we did, and I needed more. I just needed more. So yeah, I wasn't feeling my first job, but it's all good.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to say I have a different experience. Well, photo is a little different. Um, they're more likely based off gigs rather than working at a firm. Yeah, sure, there's firms, but in photo, there's usually you start off as a freelancer you most of the time. And so that's what I did. I was 18 years old, and my friend first hired me. She wanted bodybuilding pictures, and I was like, sure, I can take your photo. And I just charged her $100, and the rest was history. And I loved it. And yeah, so it's basically based off gigs. I'm going to say that. It's, and so, yeah. And so now we're going to talk about a little bit more, sister. What was the rest of your California career experience like?
So, okay. So then I'm still living in Northridge. We're living in Northridge. And it's time. It's time that I find something else, right? So I started looking for work, and I landed in Orange County, which was an amazing opportunity. And I moved. I honestly, I can't give you guys a true timeline because I can't remember. But I worked at CDC Designs in Orange County. I lived in Costa Mesa. And by that time, I had my son, Brooklyn. So I was working in Orange County. I loved it. I had amazing mentors there. Um, so, Lisa, if you're watching this, you made my color theory impeccable. Thanks to you. So I've gotten a lot of compliments moving forward. So thank you, because you really, really taught me color theory. I thought I knew, but girl, you taught me. So that was great. I was there for a few years, and then I had to move again, and we went to San Diego, and it was good. I mean, San Diego, we thought we were just gonna stay there and just not move anymore, but I was there for a few years, and I worked at another firm. It was Ryan Young, and I loved it. I loved work. It was model homes the whole time. So CDC was model home, high end, and then Ryan Young was also model home and commercial spaces. So I did a little bit of both in that space, and I will say California has been quite the lessons learned. It's very different, and I will talk about it a little more when we get into the Nevada aspect of it, but women are different. There's a lot more cattiness. There's a lot more, envy and jealousy. And I'm not one to be competing with others. I'm more of the cheerleader. If you know me, you know that I will cheer you on. And if you have a beautiful project, I will shoot it, and I will scream out of the top of my lungs that you killed it. So, and I wish everybody would be like that. But of course, we all can't be like that. And it was just interesting. So a lot of lessons learned in general living in California. So yeah, that was it. That was my journey.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'll give you guys a little perspective on me when I was shooting the Mexican soccer team called Le Choloscuincles de Tijuana.
Wait, how? Cholas Quinkles. Wait, blah, blah, blah.
So I was also 25 years old around. And the way I got into shooting them is a shout out to my college mentor, Ivan. Ooh, ooh! The my boy! Without you, there would be no Natalie Mosqueda shooting for the Cholos. So, shout out to you. Yeah, he pretty much took me under his wing, and I started shooting. I went there, shooted for 3 years, and so I want to tell you a little day in the life, if I may. So I was just like, so the games were at 7 o'clock. So I used to live at the time. I used to live in San Diego, and I would go at least 3 hours, if not more, because traffic in Mexico, Tijuana, was serious. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So we have to leave super early. Remember, you're the photographer, so you have to be there before the game, and you have to take pictures of the players, pre, also warm ups, etc., etc. So then, and then you have to get your badge. So okay, so then I would go drive myself to the stadium, um, and then you have to get all strapped up. You gotta get your playera that to go on down the field, and it was one of the beautiful experiences I've ever had in my life as well. So and then so yeah, and so I got you get to shoot. You have to shoot like the players coming out of the tunnel, and the team photo. You have like a fraction of a second to take that photo, and then not many people know this, but there's assigned seating. There's assigned seating when you're on the field, and that is your seat, and you stay there for the rest of the game. So you do not move. And everybody's like, "There's assigned seating." Yeah, there's assigned seating. Mm-hmm. With the big ass lenses, all right. Uh, and so, yeah, that was a little bit of my little story about Los Cholas Quincles. Okay, so now we're at this point. We are both of us basically moved. No, okay, I moved first, a year before, right? So the reason why they're like, but Natalie, you were with Los Cholos Quincles. What is there any higher? It's the Mexican soccer team, right? It's like I don't know. It's like bigger than shooting for the Raiders, I think. But that was my next dream. Also, a lot of things in California is definitely cost of living for sure. Number one. Uh, so and we usually move a lot, so I'm not scared of change, and I love change, and I love progressing. We love progressing, and further our careers as well. So at the time, the Raiders were coming to Las Vegas, so I was like, perfect. I'm just gonna apply, and it's gonna be great. But so yeah, they were just building the stadium when we moved to Vegas. So it's like perfect timing, and I was like, why not? And I know I can do this, and I know I can make it. So that was another reason why I decided to take a leap of faith, or no, this is changing a leaf. Leap of faith. Leap. I'm gonna take a leap. We're gonna take a leap. And I'm down, and I'm not scared. Right, sister? We both think the same. Absolutely. So, um, we're gonna we're leaping. We're leaping. Okay. So now, at this point, we are progressing our life into Vegas. So, what brought you to Vegas, sister?
So for me, it was, I don't know. I think I just needed change. And the last straw for me was just overall having a lot of anxiety in my life. And it, I was just exhausted. Not only was my job demanding, but I also I also just hate traffic. And the more I think about it, the longer I'm here, the more I'm like, I never want to go back. I literally never want to go back if there's going to be so much traffic. And granted, like everyone pays so much money for taxes for California and it still looks atrocious. Sorry. Like the roads are awful. The freeways are never ending in construction. There's just closures everywhere. And San Diego wasn't any better than LA. Like there's so much traffic. So I think that was a deciding factor. And then of course you guys were here, but I wasn't just fully um, 100% sold on moving to Vegas yet at that point. But Edgar was like, my husband, he was like, why don't we just try it? And like you mentioned, our parents, we would move a lot because my dad constantly would get promoted within his career. So we were not only jumping, like, we were jumping around. We were little hippies. So we were just used to it. Now we have friends all over California and we love them. So, um, yeah, I we moved. Edgar got a transfer from Costco because he's been in Costco for now 18, almost 20 years. So shout out to my husband for commitment. Oop, oop. Um, so yeah, he got the job in Henderson, and then I didn't have a job lined up at all because we really didn't need two incomes at that moment. Um, his salary worked just fine living here. And I really wanted to take my time to look for something. And so we moved here 2019 and we got a beautiful home in Summerlin. It's the newest, I guess it's the newest in the west side of Las Vegas. So it's like a 25-minute drive from the strip west. And it's beautiful here and lovely. I don't know. There's just a lot of positives now that I see it living here versus California. And I understand now everybody's moving here. And I don't blame everyone, especially Californians. But, you know, that was it. That was it.
All right. Sorry, friends. We had a little clip malfunction here. We accidentally didn't shoot the last frame, but that's okay. You're going to enjoy beautiful scenery of the beautiful Las Vegas. And yes, and then I'm going to talk about myself. So I love Vegas. The people here are amazing. Everybody's friendly. Nobody's really from here. It's like a melting pot, I would say. Most of my coworkers, yeah, they're not from here, so I love that. It's like so it makes you feel comfortable that no one's from here. I think maybe 20% of people are from here. Anyways, the weather, everybody complain if you don't live here, I'm like the weather's dry. So dry heat, it's fine. Like honestly, you'll get over it. 120, but it's dry. So it feels nice. And yes, it snows, but for maybe 5 days out of the year, but I love it. For the most part, I love it. I still love California. Would I ever go back? I would never go back. You want to know why? Because, yeah, the part of it is what my sister said. I hate traffic. Now we are not used to it anymore. There is not really any traffic here in Vegas. The weather is in California, obviously, it's going to be the picture perfect 75-degree weather all year long. Yes, great. But you pay for it. So you're going to pay for it in taxes and you're going to pay for it in your mortgage and your rent. Absolutely not. So we're not doing that, okay? We're not doing that, okay, baby? So there's that. And it's going to be a love hate. I love hate California. Yeah. From all the things I just said. But it'll still be in my heart. Born and raised California girl for life. I'm always going to wear my sandals and tank tops. All right. Never forget that. Shoot. But I don't think I finished saying about the Raiders. Yes, I did apply to the Raiders and I obviously didn't make it in. But I did pass the audition and I went into the interviews and I didn't make it. But that's okay though. You want to know why? Because I'm never going to quit. I'm never going to quit trying to be a sports photographer in a team, professional team. And now more than ever, yeah, you know what? It was meant to be. My journey was meant to be. Vegas is an up and coming sports town and everybody's coming here. I think next year, coming in for the athletics, we are taking over the Oakland Athletics of Vegas. So here we come. You know, MLB, here we come. Vegas is a very, very growing city. I think it's the top 3 cities that everybody wants to move to. So I encourage everyone to, I don't know, move out of state, especially if you're from California. I always tell my friends and family, you know what? Why don't you just move? Like, you're going to run out of money. I'm just saying. Me being selfish. Haha. No, but seriously, guys. No, seriously. But yeah, moving is a life hack. I love it. I love being uncomfortable because, like I said before in my other videos, you got to be uncomfortable to be comfortable, okay? And never be comfortable. That's my life motto. And that's where I am because I'm sorry. This is because of who I am. Because I always like to get uncomfortable. But that's just me. That's my advice in life. But yeah, everybody needs to keep going in their dreams. Even if your biggest dream was closed. The door was closed for you. And that's okay. Just keep going. Literally just keep going. Because if you quit in the first try, whatever, second, third, fourth, fifth, you're never gonna make it anywhere. You're already gonna be more successful than the person that didn't even try. So if you didn't even try, then you're a loser. But if you tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're gonna be a winner. You're gonna be a winner. Just remember that, okay, baby? So thank you for watching the Nativision. And click like, click share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time, guys. Thank you.